First of all, I'll be stating why I haven't been posting for last 3 months. And I'll make sure that, and I'll once more make sure that this channel is not like any other channels. This is a channel where we discuss most important things like how the world works, how are we being controlled, why are we being controlled, who's been controlling us, and all those things. So this is to make sure that we won't be posting videos on a regular intervals, but we will be discussing the most important things that is happening in this world regularly. So first of all, I'll be showing the insights that we had. We have been not posting anything since the last 3 months on YouTube, but and Instagram too. So I have lost 2.3 thousand followers in Instagram. I don't care about that because whoever chose not to follow me or not to hear me are in trouble, will be in trouble, because I will be discussing the most important things that has been happening in this world and that will be happening in this world. And once more, the elections are going on in India, and the main elections is coming on November, American elections. So sure, things are going to change. The people are going to change. The way the world has been working since the election will be changing. So let's get started. Today, we will be discussing about how are we not equal. Gender equality is not something funny. I believe in gender equality, but not the way that you think everybody is equal. A woman cannot do a man's work. A man cannot do a woman's work. Before that, you have to understand what is a man and a woman. In the beginning, I would like to state what is a man and what is a woman. I'll start with man. As a man, you have to understand that you are born strong. Your hormones are strong. You are physically strong. Then, of course, you have testosterone, and that is supposed to display strength. So you're basically strong. What do strong people do? They protect and they provide for the people who depend on them. As of in my case, I'll tell about myself first. I have businesses running. I have I had been working on jobs 9 to 5, maybe 12 hours, 14 hours. So even though at that time I know I was strong, they were depending on me, my parents, some people. Yeah. So I was supposed to protect and provide for those people because I was in a certain age and I had to take care of myself and I had to take care of people who depend on me. So as a man, as you are born as a boy, you have testosterone, and when you grow, you are supposed to take care of the people who depend on you. You are strong and you have to protect and provide for those things, for those people. And coming to women, women are the most precious thing. Women are supposed to be protected because they have estrogen and they have the ability to give life. So these are the people who should be protected. They are not supposed to, go for war, fight other people, fight for territory, look after the territory, and all these things. It is a man's job. There is a man's job and there is a woman's job. It is a fact. You cannot win when you argue these kind of things against me. There are so many soy boys who give up on their ideas, who give up on their words. It's not me. So even if you want to argue, don't stop. Just comment down or just DM me. Or even if you want another podcast to go on with this argument, if you believe that your fact is right, go on. I'll take the expenses. I don't care. So it is a fact. There is a man's job and there is a woman's job. And that's why God have created two things, two genders, two sexualities. There is a man and a woman. So As a woman's job is, because they have testosterone, they are supposed to be strong, they have to protect and provide the people who depend on them, especially the women who they take care, who is supposed to take care of them too. And of a woman, they have estrogen, they are physically weak, but they are supposed to be protected because they also give life. And coming to the main thing, as you have seen the heading, the world is gray and not a rainbow. You can see so many dumb people, people with diarrhea in their head. They just say, I am gender fluid. No, you're not. You're idiots. You know what I hear when you say you're gender fluid? Oh, I'm an idiot. I don't have a brain. I have diarrhea in my head. No, that's what I hear. Seriously. What do you mean you're gender fluid? Just just look around. You know what sexuality you are. And see, I don't have any kind of hate against people who are trans, who are gay. You can do whatever you want. The point is, don't come to me or don't come to the people who depend on me or who I take care or even my friends. The first thing you'll get, the first thing you'll get is a hit on your head and you'll be instantly knocked out. And if you are really, really gender fluid, you'll die because you cannot decide what gender you are. That shows how weak you are. And with a punch that is supposed to knock out an average person will kill you. That's what will happen. So when you have these kind of ideas, don't come to me. When you have these kind of thoughts, don't come to me. When you have these kind of thinking ability, don't come near me because this is what will happen when you do such things. A punch in the head, which will supposedly kill you. So, as I'm saying that I'm not against these people, I'm not against these, you know, these kind of people. I'm not against them. The thing is, don't come to me. Don't come to my family. Don't come to the people who depend on me, who I take care of. No, you should not, because we live in a way. We live in a way that we take care of each other. We live in a strong bond. We had a culture. We had a tradition. We live in a certain way that is supposed to make God happy. And I can see that most people who are gender fluid or who support these kind of bullshit, the rainbow stuff, most people, maybe about more than an 85% of people, they are atheists. And atheism is the most stupidest thing that you can be. What do you mean you don't believe in God? What is it? How are these things supposed to work? How are you supposed to be born? How is the first man supposed to be born or the first woman supposed to be on earth? Think about it. You're not thinking. That's the problem. That's why you're having some shit in your head, diarrhea in your head. So think about it. And if you're not ready to think about it, don't come to me. And if you really, really, really want to argue, and if you really think that you have a chance when you argue with me that you will be winning, don't stop, comment down. Or, as I've said already, if you want any other big podcast that is lasting for hours, I know the setup. I think it depends. But the point is, you have to convey me that your idea is good. That's it. So, as I was saying, being gender fluid is the most stupidest thing that you can do. And if you really think that you are something like that, don't come to me. It's maybe a warning. You can take it or leave it. So, coming to the main thing, the world is gray and not a rainbow. And what happens when the world becomes a rainbow? Let's think the world is rainbow. Let's think everybody supports LGBT and everybody support all the, you know, They say all these words, kind, peace, calm, and all those good words to which is supposed to confuse you to fall in their trap. So they say they're calm, they're kind, they're good, they're peace, they support harmony. So every man, every people, every single one, every single living one likes these things. What? Kindness, calmness, peace, harmony, all those things. Obviously, people who don't think too much, they fall for that trap. And obviously, the people who think clearly will walk the path that I do. So it's not that I'm telling that you have to follow me. I'm telling you to think, make your own decision. It is your life. It is your future. It is your ideas. It's your tradition. It's your culture. So think about it and make your own decision. And coming back, world is becoming a rainbow. What happens when world becomes a rainbow? Everybody becomes calm. Everybody becomes peace. Everybody become in harmony. No, that is not a thing that will be happening. I'll tell you, there has been protests since maybe about some political or since the rule of kings and emperors, there has been protests. So let's say what has been worse in the protests. I'll just share a video about LGBT making a protest. They're getting half naked, men and women getting naked. They are in costumes. They are filled with colors. They are colored themselves pink, white, all the bright, stupid colors. And walking on streets. Some are being dog-tied and chained, and some other person is holding that, and that guy is acting like a dog. That he is saying that I am a dog. Woo woo. You know what is that? That is some diarrhea in brain. Exactly, diarrhea in brain. So you can say that they'll be comforting you. You can be whatever you want. You can be whatever gender you want. No, you cannot be whatever gender you want. There is supposed to be something. Since the birth of a world, there is something that takes the world to some direction. There is something that have been maintaining the stability of the world. It's not the population. It's not the size. Nothing else. It's the tradition and the idea a majority group of people follow. And one of it is there is only two genders. There is a man and there is a woman. That's it. There's no trans and there's no nothing else. If you're a trans, I have talked to too many trans people. Too many trans people. They just say, I don't feel like that. What do you mean you feel? Life is not supposed to feel. Life is something, a very, very serious thing. It is filled with responsibility, it's filled with duties, it's filled with all the things that should be taking the world to some direction, which is supposed to make the world stable in its way. So for example, what happens to the tectonic plates movement becomes a little bit faster or a little bit slower, or even take your heart rate. What if it becomes faster? Or what if it becomes slower? The idea is there is a stability. You have to understand that. There's no trans, there's no bisexual, there's no other shit. No. You're mentally ill if you think like that. You are, seriously. And if you think the other way, I told you, it's common now. And if you want to go on a long podcast about these things, I will take the expenses. I don't care about it. At this point, I don't care about taking money for a podcast, which is supposed to make my idea clear to the world and the future generation. I don't want the future generation to go, mislead themselves thinking that there can be anything. They can be, they can't be mentally ill. I can't take that because I'm at a stage where I'm going to have a marriage, and obviously I'll be having kids, and these kids are supposed to be living in this world, and I cannot let them live in the world with the people who are mentally ill. I cannot take it. So I'm doing my part. I'm conveying the idea which is actually maintaining the stability of the world. So I need the majority of people to maintain the stability of the world, and not some people who have diarrhea in their head, walking, chaining themselves from, dog chain, and telling themselves and conveying themselves they are dog, and moving around half naked with the people who are saying out loud, "We are coming for your children." I don't want this. I don't want nothing of a stupidity like that to happen in this world. And something more. There has been something, a change in this word, in words, since, let's say, about 5 years or 6 years. What's gender before 5 years? What was gender? It's had the same meaning, exact same meaning as sexuality. It is being a man or a woman. That's it. Nothing else. That's gender. The meaning of that have been changed in the recent 4 5 years, 5 6 years. So you have to understand that. You have to at least believe now. There are people who control some things. Some things means they're just normal things. The mass media, the social media, and the food, water, and all those, simple things. Farming, yeah, pharmaceuticals, medicines, simple things. There are people who control all those stuff. I'll put a proof for you guys. It was 2019 or 2020. Bill Gates bought you know, some stocks in pharmaceuticals. And that's not it. He had money flowing behind it for the exact same pharmaceutical company and something else. Through something else, which is some island. You know? Some island. Which is not a secret island, but majority of the population was the people, kids, minors, people below 18, kids, teenagers. You might have got the name. So that's it. Money have been going through that way to some other pharmaceutical company like Pfizer and all those things. Have you heard Pfizer, the name Pfizer during Corona times? Maybe not. Maybe you have. And the name that you have read will be on some tampons, toilet papers, and some napkins, which is supposed to clean yourself up, not in a way that not in a way that it is supposed to save you, like a vaccine, Pfizer vaccine. Have you heard it? You might have heard it, but you might not have gone behind it like how I did. So I don't want to tell too much about it because this is not the time. This is not a video about Pfizer. So let's get back to things. The world is gray, not a rainbow. There are people who are trying to control you, and the rainbow is one way of controlling you. Who follows the rainbow states? Let's say that. Who follows the rainbow states? Maybe people aged around 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 20, 25, around that majority of people. Exactly. They are underdeveloped people because their brain are easy to control. Because at that age, you are too tense, you might have fears, you might have too many things, you might have too many problems and all those things. So it is easy to control you when you have too many problems, when you're facing too many things, you're filled with problems. It is easy to control you when you are filled with problems. So if you're filled with problems, when somebody comes to comfort you at that age, when somebody come to comfort you, you'll be falling for them, of course. And that's why kids fall into drugs. And the kids who are not fallen into drugs, they'll fall for this comfort because it's not ruining them. No, I'm just getting my comfort. I'm just getting my peace back. They'll think like that. I'm getting my peace back. I'm, pretty normal. But the exact thing that is going around their head or going inside their head is that they are ruining themselves. They are hitting the building that has been built by their parents, which is supposed to take care of the tradition, which is supposed to take care of the culture, which is supposed to take care of the future generation. They are hitting the building and breaking the building. So the point is, do not get comfort. Do not get comfortable with all these stupid ideas, with all these stupid words. Oh, you can be whatever thing you want. You can be whatever gender you want. No, you cannot be whatever gender you want. No, of course not. You are born as something. You are born as a man. You are born as a woman. There's only two genders. And that's why the world is been existing. And that's why the world is being maintained to their stability, to this state. The exact opposite thing will happen when the world becomes a rainbow. What if everybody is comforting each other? You cannot. You cannot do that. That is not right. Because that's not how a world should work. There should be tradition, there should be culture, there should be ideas, there should be thoughts, there should be things that are supposed to build other people up. I'll tell you an example about building each other. It's a true incident, something that has been happened in my life. I've been doing too many businesses. Too many means too many at this age, at 24 or 23, 24 age. I've been doing too many businesses. So many of that have failed. So many of that I've got cheated. I've got, you know, success in some of those things. So at this point, I understand that people, people, when you tell them your problems, most of them, they don't care. Even if they care, they'll comfort you because they don't want to hurt you because they want you in their future. And some advice that I'll be giving you is that when they say the true facts, when they're spitting facts to your face, those are the people that you want in your life. Because when they say, no, you have done a mistake, you have to do it this way, this is the solution, this is the problem that you're facing, and this is the solution for that, do it that way, or you will be ruining yourself. And I don't want to see you ruining in that way. Those kind of people are real G's. Those kind of people are the people who have bonded with you as brothers. They take care of you, but they say things like this. They won't say that, oh, it's okay, you failed your businesses. Good. Next time, we'll do something together. No. They can't do anything together with you because they are done. You know? They've already told that they are done. So when doing business with them is the most stupid thing, and it proves that you are dumb too. When you do business with them, those kind of people, you don't want that. I don't think you want that. So that is one problem when the world becomes a rainbow. And another problem is that your future generation will be ruined, of course. They are easy to control, they are easy to fall into some traps like this, comforts like this, because they are stressed. How are they stressed? I'll tell you. When there's a kid is about maybe below 17, below 18, they'll be facing an 8 hours of school, 6 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours, maybe. Maybe there are five, six, no, some majority hours of their life will be going in school. They'll be telling that you need 8 hours of sleep, you need to study this, you need to do the homeworks, you need to do the projects, you need to do all the big stuff that is supposed to get you good grades. You know, that is the stress. When you give that much stress, that level of stress, without telling them how to handle those kind of stress, you know, what will be they falling in? Some people will be falling in drugs, and the other people who have not fallen in drugs will be falling in comfort. And that comfort is this. And when you fall in those kind of comfort, when you reproduce, if your kids comes out. And do you know that you can literally redesign your genetics with workout and stress management and everything that is supposed to rewire your brain? You can redesign your genetics. If you are born as a failure, if you are living your life as a failure, as a weak man, without thick muscles and all those things, but you are an average, you are physically fit, you are physically able to do all those things. I'm not telling about any handicap. Don't come up with some stupidity like that. I'm not telling you about those things, those kind of people. Think with your common sense. So when you're physically good and when you are able to do some maybe 20 push-ups a day, that's enough. You can redesign, rewire your brain to some extreme discipline, some extreme stress management that will redesign your genetics. Genetics, that something that is in you, that you can redesign the DNA. You come, you can become better. And what happens when you reproduce? Your son, your daughter, whatever it is, it is a better version of you. Think about it. Do you want to fall in discomfort or drug society? Or do you want to redesign your DNA, and make a better version of yourself? Think about it. Until then, bye.